What you're trying to get from the application is always going to be the contract. What if I put in an application for a lease? What is the actual money that I'm trying to get? The lease. The lease is the money, yo. If I put in an application for uh 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 let's say a rental car, and they approve the application, and then they call me in and say you can come in and fill out the rental agreement. The only reason why they even allowing you to fill out the rental agreement is because you put in an application for that money. If you never put in an application and got approved, then they wouldn't extend the money to you. The money is always going to be the application, which is a medium of exchange, which is issued by United States corporations as money that they can accept and exchange with consumers. So anytime you're doing business with them, the one who's bringing the obligation has to provide the remedy, so he gives you the money to pay him with up front. Whether you know it's money or not, and you know how to use it, that's on you. But you should know that debt is money. Why is debt money, Brother Isaiah? Because debt generates interest. When you create a debt, that's called debit. Debt is always represented on the debit side of the account. So anytime a debt is created, it represents a debit. All right. All debit creates credit. You got debits and credits. All right. So every debit creates a credit on the other side of the ledger. So once the debit is created, the credit is also created, the matching principle of that debt instrument. So if I create a $50,000 debt today by signing a debt note, I also have an interest of $50,000 that once I sign that note and give it back to them, I can do an attachment and say that the interest of this note is being conveyed for performance of discharge of the total obligation of the debt. Because if I transfer the debt, but I also want to make sure that the interest covering the debt is applied to the debt upon receiving the debt in order to discharge the debt. Because I'm going to use the other side of the ledger, which is the matching principle, upon my transfer to discharge it. I'm calling on the interest of this debt to discharge this debt up front, dollar for dollar, dollar for dollar, dollar for dollar, yo. Y'all don't make this stuff no harder than it has to be. I mean, hopefully you're cleansing yourself, you're purifying your body. You know, you're staying healthy, you're eating healthy, because a lot of our sicknesses and stuff, and our ability to discern this information come from the way we eat, the things that we involve ourselves in and stuff like that. We putting the wrong kind of foods in our